Hey, good morning, FCF. We are starting out on a new 6-day journey, and yes, I said 6, not 8. We're going to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Thursdays, we're going to go back to having question and answer session live. So we're going to take a 6-day journey where we're looking at scriptural paradoxes. Now, there's lots and lots of paradoxes in Scripture, but we're going to start with just 6. And a paradox is essentially, it's a truth, but when you first hear it, it sounds like it's contradicting the very truth that it's stating. So we're going to start looking at these paradoxes in the Gospel of Mark, and I'm going to be reading from Mark chapter 8, verse 30. Let's start with verse 34. Then he, the he meaning Jesus, he called the crowd to him along with his disciples, and he said, "If anyone would come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." Here comes the paradox, verse 35. "For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for me and for the gospel will save it." So here we have a paradox. He says whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for him, for Christ, and for the sake of the gospel, which is the message about Christ, will actually save our life. So what is Jesus talking about? Losing life. He's talking about, for example, literally dying for him. Well, that could be the case in some situations that, throughout Christian history there's been martyrdom. But that's really not what he's talking about. He's saying that we were created as beings that were meant to live centered in our Creator. And when we live our life not centered in ourself, but centered in our Creator, it might feel like and look like to the rest of society that we're kind of losing our life. We're not living for ourselves. We're not living, to do things our way, but we're living to do things God's way. But Jesus says what we will discover is that instead of losing out on life, losing our life, we'll actually find life. We'll be living according to the very laws of our nature, the laws of our being. We'll find harmony, we'll find peace, we'll find clarity, we'll find enthusiasm. All these things that human beings thrive on, we will find when we literally, though, have to say no, deny ourselves. Like Jesus said, deny ourselves, take up our cross daily, and follow Him. I have to die to my desires, my feelings, my will, my ways in order to follow Jesus. But when I do that, when I lose my life for His sake and for the message about Him, the gospel, I actually find life. When I give myself to Him and to spreading His message, it just fills me with life and fullness and satisfaction. So the first paradox, we have to be willing to lose our life for Christ and His message, the gospel, if we're ever going to really find life. These are just laws of our being. Jesus is not calling us to some sort of monk-like existence. He's calling us into reality. I hope this blesses you. Thank you.